Hello, everyone. Hello, 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 hello. Okay, I'm about to get this right here. So sit that like that. Okay, okay. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. I am in the kitchen, so you are in the kitchen with Mona's lifestyle change, vegan lifestyle change, and also I like to say plant-based because I haven't totally all the way converted over to being a vegan, but I don't eat any meat. Let me just say it like that. Okay? And what I'm fixing today is some bell peppers. I have some olive oil on the stove right now. And what I'm doing is taking the plug out of these mushrooms. And you know what? I just found out you're not supposed to soak mushrooms. And I was like, what? I don't think it'll hurt you because I clean mine. Okay? But they say get a damp cloth. For those of you that probably don't know, because I didn't. Okay? So I'm sharing some tips with you. For those of you that don't know, you're supposed to get a damp cloth and pat them. Okay? Pat them. So you can follow me, subscribe, hit the notification. And I'm thinking about changing this Facebook page because I'm on two platforms right now over to um, a different name. I'm debating. Okay. So you will hear me say Jules. And the reason why I say that, I use this, but I'm going to start getting some grapeseed oil and some avocado. But I have this right now. Okay. This is what I'm using. So it's some extra virgin olive oil. Okay. Best for dipping dressings and sauces. Okay. So what I'm about to do is get a bowl, pour just a little bit in it, just a little bit. And the reason why I want to coat these mushrooms in the olive oil that is, and what I do is after I get finished coating them, I'm doing three at a time. I don't like to crowd the pan. I have a cast iron skillet. Okay, cast iron. You see that right here? Okay, and I will be frying them. Okay, so I'm putting. You know how sometimes people use eggs, okay, to make it crispier, crunchier, or whatever. Well, I'm not using eggs. Okay, I'm using olive oil. Okay, and that's what I'm using because I do not eat any eggs or I do not eat any I don't eat eggs, I don't eat meat, okay? No, I don't. I haven't had any. Okay, let me say this. Pork, I can't remember last time I had pork. Okay? Meat, like chicken, mm, oh my goodness. Probably 2 years. I want to say maybe that 2 years. I might be longer, maybe 2.5 years. But anywho, and fish, I haven't had shrimps and fish totally probably 3 months now, okay? So I say that because I'm gradually converting myself over, but I can honestly say, and I can show my freezer, okay? I can honestly say I do not have any meats in my fridge. None whatsoever. I do not have any meats. Mm-mm. Nope. Vegetables, what do I have up here? I have some strawberries. Wow, I need to use this. Okay, strawberries, and I have broccoli, mixed vegetables, spinach. I have some vegan. These taste good. Okay, they are earth-grown vegan superfood kale veggie burgers made with the word is Quinoa and 9 vegetables. Superfood. Okay, kale, cholesterol free, blend of 9 different veggies, non GMO, verified, and They also have a certified vegan symbol. And that is right here to let you know that it is vegan. Okay? It has a V. I'm gonna show you. If anyone would like to know how can you tell if you eat vegan food or whatever, right there. Right there. And also it is certified non-GMO, okay? And this is look like meat. This is vegetables, y'all. Vegetables. And it tastes so freaking good. I'm so serious. I'm like, whoa. Okay, so that's that one. And then I have meatless, chickenless tenders. Okay? Now, sometimes you have to watch the soil and the sodium. Cholesterol free, and it is vegan certified and non-GMO, gluten free. Okay? And it has the sodium is 350, fiber 2, protein 15. So if one would say, "Oh goodness, you don't eat meat, you gotta have your protein." Well, honey, protein's in it. And then also I have this other one, which is a vegan, and it has 10 different vegetables. This is not meat, it's vegan, okay? And the sodium is lower in this one because the other one was 3 something. This is 2. It has the symbol, okay, to let you know that it is certified vegan right there. That's how you can tell the V. And it also is cholesterol free, a source of good fiber, excellent, it says, and 10 different vegetables. If I didn't say that, I'm saying it again. So yeah, and let me tell you, baby, whew, I said, you know what? You know how you think eating certain things might not taste good? I have some lemon water, and what I did was I put mine in the freezer. And the reason being is I didn't want to keep it in the refrigerator part too long. So I said, okay. So what I'm doing now, y'all, is coating my mushrooms. I'm coating the mushrooms. Like I said, I use some extra virgin olive oil. Okay. And I will be frying the mushrooms in some olive oil. I have it in my skillet, cast iron skillet. And so I will be adding it now. And let me tell you something. Here we go. There you go, baby. It don't take long to fix or cook. And I use this as a good source of snack food. Okay? Or sometimes I might use it as a veggie. Of course, it's vegetables. And I'm going to show you something else. A lot of people have seen that I fry bell peppers. I have some already cut. And what I'm about to do now is take some of this olive oil and I want to coat them. Again, as I say, a lot of people use eggs. I don't use eggs. So what I do with my vegetables that I want to coat to kind of make it stick to the cornmeal, that's what I'm using here. Or they have vegetable meal. Yes, they do. For vegetables. So I have bought both of them. But right now I have cornmeal. And I'm put my, I have some orange and green bell peppers that I'm putting in here. And I am coating my vegetables, which is the bell peppers at the moment. I have orange in the green ones. And I put the olive oil on it as I stated. And I'm going to let that sit there. And what I'm doing is I will be eating these for snack. Yes. Did I say that? Of course I did. I am on this vegan, plant-based lifestyle change for myself. Yes, I am. And I am so proud of me. And that's what we have to do sometimes. It's a part of self-love, self-care. And you have to love yourself, to work on yourself, to do things for yourself. And when you do it, you know who you're doing it for? If you didn't know, I'm going to tell you. Anything that you do in life is supposed to be for you. Yes, I said that. So as I'm waiting on those mushrooms over there to cook, I will be washing up these handful of dishes. And I like to put a little bleach in mine, but lately, I have a dishwasher too. Yes, I do. Sometimes I like to go back to the old school ways of things. And the reason being is, I'm going to tell you the truth. You got to wash your dishes to put them in the dishwasher. Yes. Or rinse them off, some people do. Yes. If you can see this steam over here, I use extra hot water to sterilize my dishes. Okay? That's what I do. And I never put my knives, just a tip, because I'm certified child care provider and CNA. But this is something I've been doing forever and a day. Also, at one point in time, I was a licensed child care provider, licensed, not registered. There's a difference. Register means you don't have to go through all that. You don't have to go through all the. So then I put my hands in this water. I'm gonna rinse it off because I have soap and I don't want to put soap in my concoction that I have. So I'm rinsing it off. For those of you over here, I got two devices going, and let me check on these mushrooms. Okay, everybody will see what I am doing, and I hope everyone is having a wonderful Wednesday. Okay, it is wonderful. Wear it. Wisdom Wednesday. Okay, and what I'm wearing a smile, and what I'm doing, I'm wearing this food that I'm cooking because I want to change my lifestyle. I'm on this journey of difference for myself, and I'm doing it for me. I loved me. At one point in time, I didn't because of the things that I was eating, but that's not the only thing. You know, sometimes we neglect our health and our bodies, and I had put on a significant amount of weight. My truth, no sympathy act here. My truth, and in doing so, I'm washing my hands again because I just put that container in the trash. In doing so, I was starting to have some health issues, okay? Health issues. And the health issues that I was having was mentally, physically, emotionally, and I was an emotional eater. And blood pressure problems. I'm not diabetic. I just needed to do something to change my lifestyle for me, right? So that's why I say anything that you do, you like to, first off, you got to do it for yourself. Never do anything for no one else. That's the first thing. Then if you do decide to do something for someone else, let it be like your kids, or let it be just because you want to live healthy and longer, okay? It's all about you. It's all about what you want for yourself, okay? And that's what it is. That's what I wanted. I wanted it for me, okay? And so I'm doing it for me. I feel amazing. And also, I tell a lot of people this is Mental Health Awareness Month. And sometimes the things that we eat, it changes your mood and personality too. Because for me, I'm gonna say that way. And the reason why eating healthy does make you feel healthier, and it makes you feel different and better too, right? And as that, I'm saying that because a lot of things, you know, when you eat a certain way, it clouds your judgment. And let me get my other. Let me see. Do I have those paper towels? Let me get these other paper towels. It clouds your judgment. Okay, so it's all about being mindful. Get my paper towels. Sorry, I got that noise up. It's all about being mindful and doing it because you want it and why you want it. Sometimes it's you got to put a label or a topic behind it. Not everyone has to. I'm just saying what works for me, and I was acknowledged for that the other day on a live on YouTube because I go and I do different. Um, I have support on YouTube, okay, and um, I'm on this journey, and so I say that to say it made me feel good that somebody noticed that I changed my name on there. And my name on YouTube used to be Mona Lisa Kelly. Now it's Vegan Lifestyle. Okay, Mona's Vegan Lifestyle. And I said, you know what? I did that because I like to stay motivated. I like to stay focused. And I want to see something. And when I see it, because sometimes we can be visual people. When you see it, it gives you just that much reason to. I'm gonna turn the phone this way for a minute. Sometimes when you see things, it gives you just that much reason to want to do it, right? Me, anyways. I'm not a hard-headed person. I have been, but not to an extent like, I don't want nobody telling me nothing. No, 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 no. It's never been that way with me. What it happened is sometimes you can start something and you get off the bandwagon. You allow things to come into your life to disrupt your lifestyle, joy, peace. And so, as I say, me changing the name, it lets me see, oh, girl, you see that up there? Stay focused, right? hmm And that's what it does for me. I learned so much about myself. I open up about myself in so many ways on different platforms. And I'm doing it not for no sympathy or attention, okay? I'm doing it for support, yes. I'm doing it because I know there's other people out there struggling with the same things. And sometimes people can't afford to go to a doctor or therapist or gym or anything like that. So my purpose is sometimes all it takes is to hear someone and see. So that's why periodically you see me cooking healthy. As I said, orange bell pepper and green right here. I had cooked it in some olive oil and I had some cornmeal. I don't have a lot of cornmeal, but I want that little crunch. And let me tell you, they also have vegetable uh, batter. Okay, look at the package. This is just straight cornmeal. Okay, no seasonings, of course. And I don't like to use a lot of seasoning. I think I might have a little garlic powder. That's it. It's powder. Okay? I'm not using no salt. To each his own. I'm not. Okay? I told my dad, he said, well, I make some oatmeal or some grits. I'm just throwing that out there. And he said, I might put a little salt in the water. And I said these words to my dad. Daddy, you don't need no salt in the water to make oatmeal or grits. These are things we were taught, okay? And we have to, now that they have so many resources out here and different things that's knowledgeable and, what works for me don't have to work for you. But some stuff is just being mindful and also um, do the footwork, okay? Pay attention to what you want and do what you want for yourself, but in a healthy way. I have a sister and I have a nephew. I'm not putting no names on here. They have one of the most amazing testimonies, and I spoke about it briefly this morning on live on YouTube, and I was in tears. And I was in tears of joy, not pain, because, family have issues. Families fall out. Family also have issues And it's not so much of a falling out, like with me, anyways. I don't care if my sisters don't talk to me, and I'm not bashing them. This is not what I'm doing. I still love them. I'm not going to change how I am with them because they that way with me. Now I can protect myself and pull back a little bit. So the moral to that story is my sister told me, and I was hurt because of some stuff. But my sister, when she told me, thank you, and I appreciate you encouraging me, and I'm going to tell you why she did it. She showed me or sent to me 4 photos of her. She was looking nice, her hair. She always dressed. She's a BBW, okay? Beautiful black woman, plus size woman, okay? But when I saw her standing, as I was voice clipping her back, you know, because like on Messenger, you can voice clip or you can do the video chat or whatever. And even if you don't do that, you can, get apps and stuff. So, and she said that to me, and I was looking at her, that my voice changed a little bit because it was like, I was reading it, and I put all of my emotions and pay attention to how I read stuff. I love cards. My kids know this. And if you give me the perfect card, and maybe even if it ain't perfect, but it's that right word in there that you might need to know or hear at the moment, that means so much to me, more so than a gift. I have so many cards from people, kids. I'm talking about, when I say people, I'm talking about people that I might have purchased something from, or people that, this one girl, for instance, was my son's girlfriend, and they used to live with me. She worked, and every Monday they got paid. She would come in there and pay me weekly. And she found a place. She wasn't even there for no long time. I think maybe a month or two, if that. When she was about to leave to move into her place, her and my son, true story, she called me Miss Lisa. She gave me a card. I still have this card, okay? And this was in, right now, this had to have been 2009, okay? And she wanted to pay me. It's kind of a touchy situation right now with her because a story of how I met her, and I knew her brother way before I met her, and it's so funny because I met him at the library. Me and my kids, I used to take them, and he was such a little cute thing. He was a teenager. And her and my son used to work together. He introduced me to her. And my youngest daughter and her was like this. And I loved her too. Her mom was incarcerated. And her brother, her, and her cousin, which was murdered, used to come over my house all the time. He was so respectful. You know what? Sometimes we look at people and we be thinking something, a certain thing. But I can honestly say, whatever he may have done in his life, he came to my house with respect, utmost respect. My son has this other friend, we call him Baby. He, utmost respect. Does that make anybody perfect? No. We all have some kind of flaws about ourselves that we done did something and we learn from it. That don't mean we out here doing crimes. And so she would call me crying and saying she's about to quit her job and things, and I would go off. I don't like to put people on spots and stuff like that, and I would go off and go somewhere where no one can hear what we're talking about, and I tell her, I listen to her problem first. That's the key. Listening, listening, listening. Everybody's not right all the time, and I darn sure know I ain't. But it's all about listening, okay? If I didn't show you what I was doing, I'm gonna show you, okay? Let me show y'all real quick. I'm not gonna get sidetracked on what I was saying. I'm gonna show you over here. Um, Mushrooms, okay? Olive oil, cornmeal. That's it, nothing else, okay? And so she was at a job. I never forget this, and I was down in my basement doing laundry, I think I want to say, and she was crying, emotional, and saying she was going to quit. And after she said what she said, I said, "Listen, I hear what you're saying. You're just going through a moment, but don't quit. Because if you quit this job and you don't have no other means of taking care of yourself, you think you're going through something now, you're going to be really going through something, right?" And what she was going through is just a phase of overwhelmness, I guess you could call it, because she was doing so much. She was raising her brother, and she was, let me see, I forget. I don't want to lie, but she was, oh goodness, she was young. She was in her early 20s, I want to say. But anyhow, and so my son was so supportive of her, and I just love um, how good and how well he was attentive to her. And this is his girlfriend now. So he would fix her breakfast and take her to work. And then when she got off from work, she was diabetic, and he would massage her feet. And I had I call it a spa, like a soaker that she soaked the feet in. And my oldest sister said these words. And if she was to get on here, she'd say, "You was not lying." Because she was there with me until she moved to where she's living at now, my oldest sister. She's called them, she used to call them Nephew Finley, just some nickname thing, right? And so he'd say, "He is a good man." My sister, my oldest one, we're 10 months apart. And so they eventually got a place. And sometimes you have little issues, but I liked it with them because they both was working, they was paying bills, and he was helping her. If she fell short, he was there to support her, even if it wasn't his responsibility. True story. Okay? So they ended up going their separate ways, and I think it was solely because of her being so overwhelmed and emotional and different things, hitting her like a semi truck running into a wall, right? But I still loved her because she always had respect for me. She was so sweet to me. My son loved her. My youngest daughter loved her. My other daughter loved her. And so I say all that to say, she's no longer with us. Um, but she always loved my son. I know this to be true. Her mom and her auntie reached out to me, and I did not know this. My son, this was her cousin, um, took care of him. Her, his mother, excuse me, his mother reached out to me and told me to give her my son's number, or, uh, excuse me, I'm saying it wrong, to give my son her number, contact information or whatever, right? I did it. So she goes on to say, why? Even if she didn't have to, I still listened and looked. And it just warmed my heart because I know my son's a good guy. He is. Here we go again. Does that mean he's perfect? No. But I know he's a responsible young man. And if he's in a relationship, he holds it down. And I ain't talking about in a negative wave all the time. I'm talking about holding a job, working, doing overtime, doubles. He can get off and turn around, turn back around and go back in to work. And he don't work graveyard to do some overtime. So serious, this is a true story. So when I heard, actually when I saw on Facebook, when people tag you into things, you don't just all of a sudden assume that something is wrong because sometimes they can tag you into a post and you know the person, and sometimes if they don't know if you're on Facebook or not, they tag you. That's one thing I do like. I saw something last year. Yeah, last year. And I was like, what? I'm being dramatic now because I can be dramatic, but I like to do some face expressions. So anytime you see any ugly face expression, it's me being me truly. She had passed away. She had just turned 37. Yeah, she was older than him. I don't know from what. And sometimes I like to leave that where it's at because she wasn't a stranger. I felt like, I was a big part of her life and her brother and her cousins. And I'm so serious. And when I say that, I mean like I done took in or taken in so many people. I like to correct myself too. I might have said took in or taken in or allow people to stay with me and didn't want nothing. I done had people stay with me. Oh, that used to be on the street. And when I say work the streets, okay, I'm trying to be professional. And me and my kid's father did when we was in Colorado Springs. And I say that to say, just because these people do these things, that don't mean they're bad. But to my knowledge, don't quote me wrong, and I ain't putting no name on it, I think she had a heart attack, okay? And I think she had emergency surgery, okay? Was that the reason why she passed? I don't know. And my son knew about the heart attack. And I sure hate I was the one that did this. But I'm glad I did. I told him what happened to her. And when I told my son what happened to her, his heart was just broken into a million pieces, I would say. Sometimes in life, you don't have to be with a person to still care. You don't have to be in love with a person to still care. You care because that's how you are within yourself. You were shown love by your mom, dad. My son, I felt like at that moment, he was a kid. Goodness, a small child. Let me say that because he's still my kid, or a small baby that done fell outside and hurted himself really bad and couldn't stop crying. Or, you know how some kids get in trouble and it takes a while for you to get them to stop crying. But you know what? Why do people want to whoop the kids and then tell them to shut up? I don't like that. I'm totally against that part. Punishment, to me, could be take something from them that'll hurt just as much as a swoop or whooping. Whippings, to me, never is the answer. That's my opinion, okay? But, because I didn't whoop my kids. Have I ever spanked them? Mm-hmm. But I hated doing that, so I stopped spanking. And I would Tell my son he didn't like to read. Go upstairs, sit in your room, get into bed, and read. And you ain't coming out. And the reason why I say that is because that's something he did not like to do. And so, how do I know if he read the book? Ask him some questions. Okay, there's ways. How do you know he really read the book? Quiz him on what he read. Okay? And my 3-year-old, she used to be kind of like testy. So I would count. And I remember one time counting, I had a pink sweater, pink fly swatter, tongue twister. And I told her, come here, and I count. She was 3. I said, 1, 2, 3. She started counting with me. I said, no, I'm counting because I'm giving you 3 to come to mommy, or you're going to get in trouble. And she came, and I took that little fly swatter, and I 1, 2, 3. Let me tell you, she didn't hear it, but it's the point of me knowing that I did that. And then I said, you know what? I don't want to do that. Go in the corner, sit down for 3 minutes, 5 minutes, if it's 10 minutes, and then take something they don't like. That'll hurt them more and get to their nugget of understanding, hey, don't do that because you know the consequences, right? So I say all that. My son loved it, her. He cried so bad. I mean, he had to literally go in his house. He was sitting in the car. Me and my son was talking. And I don't know if he asked me how she was doing. But anywho, nevertheless, when I told him, I didn't just come straight out and tell him. I just kind of paused a little bit because I didn't want to tell him. But I did. And when I did, I didn't tell him. It was like an expression on my face that gave him the answer. That's the best way I can explain it. And that's true. So then he asked me. And I said, son, I don't want to tell you. And I don't want to have to tell you. And I said that to him. And even me saying that, he still wanted to hear it, right? When I told him, I wish I could have told him in person. That's it, like that. Because me telling my son over the video chat, because we video chat. When I talk to my kids, I like to see them sometimes. So we video chat a lot. And I love that because I want to see what they're looking like and all this stuff. And even my daughters, I'm just keeping it real. I'm that mother, and I don't think nothing's wrong with it. So much stuff is going on in the world, and these kids have a tendency of withholding stuff from you. So anyhow, and actually that gets to what her story was. A lot of things that she went through, I think she was keeping it from her brother and mom and dad and family members and stuff like that. I really believe that because you can get your family involved by going back and forth. And if they love you, they're going to tell you. And then sometimes you got to kind of like push away from it. I really believe that's what happened with her because the last time she came to where I live at, the same state, she reached out to me on Messenger and we was talking. And she asked me, could she come over? And I said, sure. And I told her when, because she was working, and she told me what would be a good time. And I told her what would be a good time for her. And we could just kind of like touch base. Well, she had said she was coming. And I was looking forward to seeing her, actually. I'm just being honest, because I loved her. She was so sweet. And despite whatever her and my son went through, I just say it like this. It was painful on his half because he loved her and what she did to him, okay? So just keep it that way. I don't want to keep talking bad about her. She's not even here no more. And it wasn't like that, but she did break his heart. Let me just say that. Read between the lines, okay? So I still embraced her. Her brother and her cousin literally loved my son. I'm so serious. They called him brother. They had mad love and respect for him. and he had mad love and respect for them. He supported her with her brother. He was young at the time. She was too, but she was much older. He was like a teenager and stuff. And so my son, they took to him. They loved him. Okay, here's the mushroom. Oh, goodness. Here's the mushroom. 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 Here is the mushroom. And so, y'all, let me tell you something. I ain't gonna lose what I'm saying. Amazing. Fried mushrooms taste amazing. And also, I learned from watching someone that is vegan on YouTube. Oftentimes, people use mushrooms in substitute of meat because it has that meaty texture to it. And so, they loved him and respected him, despite even with me, with her and him, whatever they went through or what happened in their relationship. I still had an open heart, door, mind, because my thing is this: there's two sides to a story. I don't like to take one side and not hear the other. But even if I do hear the other side, excuse me, even though I hear the other side, I always tell my girls this. I have 3 daughters and 1 son. My son's the oldest. All my kids are adults. All of them are in their 30s. Youngest 30, 34, 35, and my son is 37. That still don't make. I don't want my daughters. This is what I was trying to say because I almost lost the train. But to go through no abuse, for us, mental, physically, and emotional, and even sexual. Okay. Be mindful. Use your common sense. And at one point, I didn't use mine. Okay. I allowed things to happen to me. But I'm a firm believer, and my mom said this all the time. You sometimes have to be the one that get fed up with how you are being treated or you are allowing yourself to be treated. You got to take accountability to it too, because it keeps happening because you're letting it, right? Okay? Did I say that? Yes, I did, and I mean it. So I'm firm with that. That doesn't mean that you caused for the problem to happen, but you allowing it to exist still because you did not do nothing to get out or resolve it. You have control of your feelings. This is what I say. You also have control if you want to cry or not. Yes, you do sometimes. Also, a tear is not always sadness. It can be joy. It can be like overwhelming. You're just exhausted. So I say all that to say, I've been done like that. And I share things with my girls, my son, because I'm not a one-way person. It goes. This applies to men, young boys, and women and young girls. Okay, everybody, we are uniquely different. Okay, we all have feelings. Okay, can nobody sit up and say, "Why are you acting like that?" or "You just being dramatic" or nothing. Call it what you want, but if you're wrong, you're wrong. And I can contest to, even if I know I'm not wrong, because I just had to do this recently, and I was telling someone last night, I'm an adult. I'm gonna be the bigger person. I'm gonna call and see how this person's doing. And right when I did that, I was glad I did because she had just got out of hospital. This is my friend I used to be in grade school, middle school, and high school with. And so I apologized to her because of me just pulling back and not saying why. And that's something I don't like for a person to do with me in a relationship. But at the time, I thought it was timing because I was trying to focus on staying focused and doing what I needed to do for my health. Okay, this is Mental Health Awareness Month. So all this I'm saying, in so many ways, is still dealing with mental health. So even a person I had in my life at one time, I called, or well, actually text, to see how they was doing. I don't want you. I don't want to be in your life like that. Can we be friends? That's cool if we can. If we can't, just keep it pushing and say, you know what? I would say, I'm glad to have heard from you. I'm glad to see that you are okay. I just wanted to do somewhat like a wellness check. I guess you could say. The pandemic happened, COVID happened, um, and it's not a nosy thing. It's just how I am as an individual in general. But people's not like that with me. I'm telling the truth through and through. But this is the way God made me. I'm not better. I'm different. We all are different. We all are uniquely different. We all are beautiful. We all have a right to feel love. And sometimes you have to feel love from yourself when you work on yourself, when you do for yourself. Okay? That's where you take the accountability. Look here, girl. Love yourself. And I done that. But see, sometimes a person that feel like you being arrogant. I'm not arrogant. And if I say I don't want to put up with nothing, that's something I don't want to do. Should no one have to, if you, say for instance, I'm going to use this like this. If I ask you, are you in a relationship? This is me talking to a man, that is. That's because I want to know. You know why? I don't want to be in no relationship talking to anyone, man, and you attached to a woman. Because if I knew this, it'll make me feel bad once I find out. I'm pulling away because I've been done like that. Should no one, cowards, should no one constantly feel like they can do you any kind of way. And you know what the thing of it is? They know they're doing it. And when you bring it to the table or the home front, they get mad at you. I done had this happen to me 3 times. Yes, I have. 3 times, back to back. And you know what? The last time it happened, you ain't getting another home run or no strike or anything with me. I remove myself from the situation, but this is the thing with me. And sometimes I'm learning. Just leave it alone. Could you tell me what I did? I didn't do nothing. I know I didn't. And you know what? The man upstairs, if you call him God, Lord, our Lord and Savior, Most High God, He knows. And you going around here making a scene. I just went through this. I'm not putting nobody's name on it. Like I'm snooping. First off, how am I snooping? If I don't know who you affiliated with on a platform or whatever, or in life in general, I've been married before. I ain't never snooped on my husbands. I've been married twice. My first husband, I damn sure didn't have to snoop. The second one, I found out things, and the source came to me. I still didn't snoop. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes people will pick with you. I've been done like that by my ex. Pick with you because you're taking it all in so well. But see, in the midst of taking it in, that's when you're supposed to set up a master plan for us, getting yourself out of that. Don't always feel as if you have to argue with someone or to try to make it seem like it's almost like you're a bully in a sense, because you know this person's doing this and you ask them in a decent way, or even if you don't ask them or bring it to them, which in fact, I didn't bring it to my ex-husband. It was brought to me. Everything that I found out, and I promise you this, I did not look for it. It came to me. Yes. Yes. And the woman's sister was the one that told me most of it. I'm so serious. That's why I say, and how did that come to be about? I tell you how it came to be about. You calling and ask if your husband's still somewhere because you know where he went to help fix a car, and you have the number, but it was in your call ID because that person was gone for a long time, just a long time. And it was a long time just to take someone to the auto shop. And I get it. Sometimes plans change because you can't find it there, so you're going across the world in 80 days to find it, right? I get all that. There's not too much a person can come across with trying to get over on me because I cross my T's and dot my I's. I'm a thinker and I think within, and I'm not going to falsely accuse no one and bring it up without having some full evidence. And I'm so serious. This is me. This is my story. This is the truth. I ain't trying to have nobody be on a team because this is the fried bell pepper on my team because I'm saying this. And I ain't making no fool out of myself because I'm saying this. So towards the end of it, I had a tape recorder. True story, okay? Since I didn't have no full proof and they said I was lying, okay, you're going to see who's lying. Now, this is when it becomes mental, okay? Ain't no other way to say it. Because you innocent until proven guilty in the court of law, right? So that's how I like to see it too in life, in general, forms, anything that you go through with someone. Honey, my mom was still living. And this was in 2006, a day before my birthday. My birthday is January 30th. It was on a Sunday, January 3rd, 29th. And my mom used to do my hair. I loved for my mom to do my hair. So at the time, this is when I was putting chemicals in my hair, perms. Where I live from my mom, literally, it's probably 5 minutes. And I say 5 minutes because I had to wait for the light. If the light is green, probably 3 minutes, just that close, literally. So I stopped off at a store that was like really closer to my mom's house than mine, but it was close to my house because at the time my baby sister used to live across the street from my mom. My other sister, younger than me, I have two younger sisters, lived up the way, and I stayed not too far from my mom. I was close to my other sister. Then my older sister stayed by my mom, close by my mom. So we always like really no more than my older sister, probably 10 minutes, but that's because of the lights. But other than that, 5 minutes away. I say it like that, all of us was. And I was so glad that we was because that's when my mama started getting sick. So anywho, I was on my way over there and something told me before I left out the door to hit the record on the tape recorder. I was a foster mom. I had a little girl. I got her when she was 17 days old. And I didn't take her. And she was used to both of us. So it's like we was her only mom and dad that she knew because I got her when she was 17 days old. No, I did not have her. She was her mom and dad was friends of my niece, my two sisters and mom. And how I got her, my niece mentioned me to social worker in the hospital about me. I got the background check, all the things that came in my house. They seen I had food, light, cleanness. And it was just for the day, okay? So when I went to court, which was on a Monday because I went to my son's graduation, I have good memories. I might not know the date, but it was that. I went and got her. So she was at the house with him. I heard my baby in front of the TV, and she was talking. She wasn't crying or anything. And like I said, I ain't gonna talk bad. The man took care of her, but I took care of her. And when I say he took care of her, he did feed her, he did change her, he had bought her a few outfits, and he did love her. Okay. But I'm not going to talk bad on that part because that part I'm gonna just leave there because I can't say actually he didn't, but he shouldn't have did what he did. Something else, and so I think it was the next day when he went to work. I pushed record. I mean, play on the recorder, and I'm telling you, what the heck is this? Okay, on the recorder, and I'm done, y'all. I'm gonna show you fried mushrooms. Okay. Put my knife here. I do not put my knives in the thing. I'm gonna show them real quick before I forget because I didn't say, oh, I forgot to show you. Okay. Fried mushrooms and bell peppers. Okay. Cornmeal. Okay. I did not season it with nothing. You can get the vegetable seasoning too. Okay. Or you can use the Louisiana catfish batter. Okay. Or just plain cornmeal and season it to your perfection. That's that. And here we go. Okay. Let me show you right here. Okay. So this is the finishing touch. And let me tell you, it tastes amazing. Amazing. Fried mushrooms, orange and green bell peppers. I typically eat these. Of course, it's a source of your vitamins and minerals and vegetables. I use it as a snack. And sometimes I use it when I, prepare something else as a meal. So good. Try it. And I'm so telling you this. You will love it for certain. So what I'm about to do, I'm about to go in my living room. I have a table in here, and I'm gonna bring my situations in here because I have a tripod stand. I'm gonna start to use it because I've been needing to use it because I've been doing multiple situations. Okay, so bear with me. I'm gonna get it to going. And let me get my other phone, and then I'll come in here and run my mouth. I ain't forgot what I'm saying to y'all. Okay? No. Stand right there. I'm finished with my bell peppers and mushrooms, and I'm about to set up my get up right now so I can finish running my mouth with you good people. And here we go. Have that there. And then, should I put, let me see here. I'm going to try to get it in here. This thing. Oh, God. Okay, there we go. Okay. Now, hello. So, I played. I'm back on track, y'all. I ain't forgot what I said. I'm running. This is story. This is story time too. So cooking and story time. So, oh, and also you can see the mushrooms because I don't know if it was dark. Here's the mushroom, the fried mushrooms. Okay, fried mushrooms, and here are the bell peppers that is fried. I'm not lying. Y'all would love it. So when he left and went to work, I played it. And I heard everything. It's a darn shame because I tried to watch Not Cussing because DAMN is not a cuss word, but I still tried to be not cussing. And how people can lie and make you feel like you cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Okay? Mm-mm. Literally, I wasn't at the house. Say, for instance, got out the house, got in the car, took off, and it was just that quick how he got on the phone with that woman in our house. So I listened to it. I don't think I did it right away because he still was denying it. Don't play with my intelligence. Don't make me seem like I'm crazy because you are, right? I went and got the proof and I clicked it and he stormed out the door. True story, no lie. Stormed out the door because of what you were saying. Stormed out the door. You're not gonna make me Mental Health Awareness Month, which is May. You're not gonna make me crazy because you are. That's the moral to that story. And I'm not lying. Mm-hmm. You know, mental, physical, emotional, sexual abuse, addictions is it's all bad. Gambling addictions, sex addiction, alcohol, uh, drugs, anything that you overly engage and indulge in is abuse. You abuse yourself. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying all that to say this is where I'm at in my life. That's why I call it a lifestyle change and journey. Okay? That's why I call it that, because it's my life, it's the style that I want, and it's journeys, and it's real. Okay? I'm so serious, real. I am a full-figure woman. I lost 116 pounds. I started my weight loss journey in 2020, June or July. And the whole reason is I was tired of being fat. You can't be no more transparent than that. One would probably say fat. Yes, I was fat. I was unhappy. I was sad. I was miserable. I was depressed. I suffered from anxiety. I didn't like myself. I had low self-esteem. And I say all that. And sometimes I still have a little low self-esteem because I do have skin that is not where it's supposed to be. Okay. And so me saying that is allowing me to be a little bit more comfortable. Okay. I was a big woman. And when I found out the highest I had ever been, I'm not comfortable in telling that just yet. But I was comfortable enough to tell it on the live on YouTube. Mm-hmm. And also, I shared my story, and also I felt comfortable. Okay, it has to be something I'm comfortable in, and I think at that moment I was really comfortable. I was confident, but one would say I'm shy to a degree because there's certain things I have to be comfortable in. I'm comfortable enough to let y'all know I'm on a journey. I'm comfortable enough to let you know that I'm obese and I was starting to have health problems, you know, so I was comfortable with that. And when I started my journey, I want to say November the same year, I went on a spiritual journey. I didn't feel like I was complete because it's all about support, okay? And I wanted to feel like I had someone else in a positive way that listened to me, because you can get on the phone. It was a conference call and you could do on live. And it was, what was it? Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays morning, and Sunday, East Coast. Okay. So The morning one was kind of hectic because of the time, right? So say for instance, if they doing it at 5:30, I had to get up at 4:30. Occasionally, I'm just saying, occasionally I have gotten on it, but the ones that I was hitting it hard with was Monday, Wednesdays, and Sundays. And Sundays I did not miss a beat. I felt in my home. This is around pandemic, the corona thing, COVID. And he passed away the following year, the pastor, that is. I haven't physically been in the man's present, him and his wife and families, because I say it like that in respect, not him and his wife and children. That's the way to say it. I'm a very respectful person. I think I am. So she was, they was married for a while, first love type of thing. It exists. Chivalry ain't dead. Mm-mm. So they caught COVID, and he had other underlying medical conditions. I do not know all, but I know at one point he was diabetic, and he shared this with me. And I guess he lost weight because I seen some before and some after. And I can remember specifically, I got online because they asked you, do you want to talk about something, or do you have a testimony, or do you have a prayer request, or whatever? And so I started feeling comfortable. This is what I'm trying to say. And as I started feeling comfortable, because one time I got on the live and I text that I was angry and holding a grudge, and I felt all in my heart, meaning I felt like I can honestly say I hated someone, and I didn't want to feel like that because I don't have that in me. So I say that to say, when I said that, because you can hear him talk and you can hear the people on the phone conference thing because it was a speaker. You just get on and you put your phone on mute. And I heard all the kind things and people opening up how they was feeling and letting you know that, hey, we all are human. And it wasn't nothing like a harsh word for us, vulgar language, because that's not me. And so I told them what it was. And a lot of people start opening up. It was an older lady on there. She used to have me laughing because she was very transparent about a lot of things too. And so I just started feeling like I was at home. That's the best way I can say it. And I would get on more. And I remember him saying this to me, the pastor that is, and his wife. I admire you. It takes a lot of courage and oomph to open up in the way that I did. I started telling them about my weight loss journey. I started talking about a lot of other things. And the reason why I'm saying all this is because I was comfortable. That's why I say I haven't told y'all my weight yet, but I have opened up to let everyone know about my weight loss journey, how much I done lost, that I'm a plus size woman. That's a good start, okay? And so the following year, the same month, mind you, I said I went on my spiritual journey. I said November, he passed away, November. Then my cousin, she took her life that same month, maybe 2 months after. And she wasn't no distant cousin. She was my mom's oldest sister. And my mom and my auntie was like this. 2 peas in that pot. She took her life. That did something to me. And then that same year, that's when I was saying I get into it. My sisters now, I felt alienated from them because they went to the funeral didn't take me. I don't have a car. I don't. And came to the same town. They know I don't have no car. But as I want to say, I don't expect for no one to do nothing. But it was just, I guess, the moment you're going to a funeral, but you can't see your own sister. That's the way I was looking at it, okay? And I didn't hold no grudge, but I pulled back. And it has something to do with me taking control of my feelings, my life, the way people are with me. And I worked on myself and I stayed focused until the following year. I started to back talking to someone I used to be with. And honestly, I felt really good doing it because that person know me. You know what I'm saying? Regardless if we hadn't been together, 3 years or whatever, 4 years. That's when I said I had checked on someone earlier prior to, like a wellness check. Didn't want nothing from you. When I said also people need to be more honest about if they're in a relationship, talking to someone. I don't care. I don't want no part to do with this. So I'm gonna get back on track, y'all. And he helped me through a process. I'm being honest. I don't look at everything as a bitter thing. It was a great moment. Reminisce. Almost like I felt like I had company type of thing. Just being honest. Then I wouldn't say he broke my heart. The second time he did, but he hurted me because he lied and accused me of snooping. Oh man, okay. And then you block me and remove me on your book, Facebook, because you remove someone else and unfollow them. So that right there lets you know that you did something. People are not slow. People know what they're doing. And when you find out, you're the one that you get the backside, lied to, hurt, and the person that you doing it with or who to or whatever, you still talking to them. And I had said this to myself before. Someone else hurt me that way, and I'm not a vindictive, spiteful person. I feel like sometimes when things happen, people need to break the cycle. Because me not sharing this with a person, it's going to keep happening. Because that person feel like it's right that they can do it. That goes for anybody. That's how I look at it. It makes sense to me. So I lost that friend. My ex-husband did it. I'm in a relationship. I'm married to you. That was a hurtful thing. But even if you weren't married to someone, you still was committed, dedicated, common law. You lived together. Okay? And I ain't talking about for no year, for some months. I said months. I meant to say some years. I said it wrong. I ain't talking about months. I'm talking about for some years. Let me say it like that. And I'm talking about 7 years, 8 years. And that's why I say you got to hold yourself accountable to the way you allow people to treat you. And mine was because I wanted acceptance. I never really felt that, but once in my life, my kid's father, and he's no longer here. He's gone. He's in heaven. I miss him. And I hurt for my kids. I don't care. That's their dad. And I say this too. Father's Day is about to come around the same date and day that when he passed away, which is on Father's Day 2017. And when it come up this year, God be with me. Please. And I say that because no one know what no one go through. And I go through a lot by myself. That's another reason why I say stop suffering in silence. Stop. Stop. We have to stop suffering in silence. And so when I started back doing my YouTube, which was in 2021, I would come on periodically. I will be outside. You go back, and I will start talking about these topics. And it's not to be a Debbie Downer or a negative Nancy. It was about things that was happening at that moment, the losses, suicide, depression, anxiety, feeling alone and in a dark space. I've been there, but not ever thinking to kill myself. That I never, no. I done been in a dark place, suffer a lot by myself, cried. I can remember, and my family didn't know I was going through this. I was married to my second husband. Yes, my first husband didn't do these things to me, and that's the whole story in itself. But I don't have nothing bad to say about him. It's not here. Even when he did that to me, my second husband, I was there. And that's when I was in a dark place. That's why I say I have to, now that I'm in a clear mind and trying to stay focused and do right, take accountability to what I allowed to happen to me. Never will no one, and I mean no one, try to convince me that it's me and it's them. You won't get by with it. Bye. I'd rather for you just cut my ties with you, you cut your ties with me, and keep it pushing. Because deep down in your soul, you know I didn't do nothing to you. I didn't. But I guess I did. Because I brought it to you, and when I brought it to you, I bust your bubble. And when I brought it to you, you try to reverse it and then also make it seem like I did something to you to make you do it. No, you're a coward. You have to take responsibilities of your action. I didn't cause you to cheat. I didn't cause you to drink. I didn't cause you to do drugs. I'm throwing some things out there. I'm talking about the cheating, but not no drugs. I'm just throwing. It's just using emphasis on things. I can take accountability for my actions. And when I speak up on it, it happens too often because I'm a very transparent person. I'm not a liar. Okay. I don't feel the need to lie. That's why I say, even though I ain't told everybody my weight, that's still not lying. I'm not comfortable in sharing that yet. When I get to where I want to tell everyone and show pictures, I would do that. I will. And so I'm not going to be responsible for someone else's action, not even my kids. You know, I was talking to my dad, and then I'm about to end these lives. And we was talking about being raised in the same household by the same parents or one parent, grandparent, even siblings. Because sometimes you can have an older sibling that done raise you. But nevertheless, if you know that whoever done raised you was like this, straight and narrow, and raising you to the best of their ability. And when I say that, I'm talking about you fed, clothed, clean, a bed, a roof over your head. You're not outside sleeping. You have to come inside at a decent time, go to school, and not abusing you and beating you, but punish you. And you might get a swap. Get it together. I ain't talking about beating and welding on someone. That's the difference. People have a tendency of going astray they go astray. But me and my dad knows, and my sisters and family members, they know me. I had a cousin come to my house, and she said this to me. She passed away, and she said, "You still the same way you was when you was younger or whatever," and I am, um, to a degree. And I'm gonna say why, because I was very shy. I still am. Sometimes that's why I very often look at the thing, and I want to say things in a decent way of people understanding. I don't want to label nobody. You will not hear me too much unless I'm talking about my kids. I might put their name out there, but I don't feel the need to because I'm not messy, but I can tell a story clean, even though it's a sad story. And so she said, "You still the same way." One would probably say, "Oh, your family gonna say anything about you." No, it ain't just family. It's people that's friends. I have someone I talk to now, and he said all the time, he said, "I can talk to you because you listen." I can remember vividly he was out of town somewhere, and he called me. I said, "Friend, okay, friend," and he asked me to pray for him. He didn't say what for. I didn't ask him what for. He said, "Pray for him." And I'm like, "Okay." He said, "That's what I like about you. That means a lot to me. You could be friends with someone, and it could be like you got a crush on them or like them or whatever, but it's just that. I am not going to stop being friends with someone that really haven't done nothing to me." He made me mad one time, but we squashed that because he came to me and apologized, and he knew he was wrong. Admit your wrongs. I'm so serious. I did something to you. I hurted you. And it's bothering me. It's bothering me. It's bothering me. Time is everything. I'm going to call you. And I say I'm the bigger person, but I don't even have to say it that way. It's just, I just feel it's the thing to do, okay? You don't have to accept it, but you know what? You clearing your conscience. As I always say, I don't have no bones clinking in no closet just about to fall on the ground. I don't. That doesn't make me perfect. But I'm good. Okay? Real good. So I hope on this wonderful day, which is Wednesday, I share with you some good snack tips, which is fried mushrooms, bell pepper, the green and the yellow, or the orange, I should say, because there is yellow ones, but I got the orange ones, the green ones, and some mushrooms I had cooked, and some olive oil. And to kind of like have the batter stick to it, I do not use no eggs, so I use some olive oil to kind of coat it so the caramel, or they have vegetable seasoning to stick, fried in some olive oil. Showed you what it looked like, and typically it's a snack. Typically, you can put it with a meal, use it as your vegetables. It's healthy, and so that's what I like to eat a lot of times. And sometimes I have heard too, using, mushrooms is having that like texture of meat when you chew it. So I hope everyone have a good day, good week. Do you, for you, be you, and love yourself. You know why? You are a jewel. And I say that to mean it. Why you say jewel? Hmm. Because we all are precious. People like diamonds, rubies, gems, right? So we are a hidden treasure. Sometimes we don't know it. So that's why I say jewels. If you go for a man, men's like jewelry. Men's are precious. Good men's are out there. I'm reading this. I'm gonna get ready to get off here. I'm reading this. I'm about to end this live over here. Hold on, y'all. Okay. I'm sorry about that. The light here went down. There's good men's. And I'm reading this book as we speak. And one day I was thinking about getting on here to I hate this one. Read a few parts of it. And oh, come on. What happened now? Oh, why? Okay. Okay, sorry about that. My phone had messed up. I'm about to end it over here. And I got it over here too. Um, Find a needle in a haystack. So it's a good book. I've just got started with it and I love it. So again, I hope everyone have a good day. You are loved and take care of yourself. Okay?